Hey, welcome to the new Movie Thing show. My name is Philip DeFranco.
And I'm Steve Zaragoza.
And today we are reviewing the movie Dark Shadows.
That's right. Dark Shadows is actually a TV series in the 60s, and then it was remade in the 90s, and now we got a feature film.
Yay or not?
Okay, so the movie starts in 1752, and we've got Barnabas Collins, which is Johnny Depp's character, with his rich family. And they set sail from Liverpool, England, to start a new life in America. So anyway, they find this place, and they call it Collinsport, Maine, after their family. And later on, Johnny Depp ends up meeting this really hot girl who's like, ooh, make out with me all the time and love me. And Johnny Depp's like, no, I don't really love you. And it turns out that was a mistake because she was a witch.
Bum, bum, bum.
So Barnabas goes after her, that's Johnny Depp's character, and he ends up becoming a vampire because the witch lady curses him. And then she buries him in the ground for like decades and decades, and then we get to the 1970s.
Yay, with all sorts of shenanigans, because hippies are awesome.
Yeah.
So quick review if you're like jumping out of the theater right now, don't have time to finish this video,
Yeah, nice try, Tim Burton.
It really does have the makings of a really good Tim Burton movie. One, you got Tim Burton. That's one obstacle kind of out of the way. Two, Johnny Depp.
Right, who was amazing, actually. He kind of carried the whole movie, I thought.
Yeah, and if anything, he did carry the movie, and he kind of felt like he was just going down with the ship.
Yeah.
he had a really good face on, and he was acting his heart out. And no.
And Helena Bonham Carter, which I was actually surprised she was cast in a Tim Burton movie.
Who would have thunk it?
I know, I was shocked.
But, you know, she did kind of hold her own.
She did. I mean, she is a good actress, I'll give her that much. I mean, Burton has to put her in everything, so it's kind of like...
He's contractually obligated.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's like, you making a movie? I want to be in it. That's kind of what she...
What was that impression of?
That's my Helena Bonham Carter impression.
Oh, wow. Then, of course, Michelle Pfeiffer, who is still hot and can still act.
I saw her in the Catwoman outfit the whole movie. I don't know about you. And we got Eva Green. Oh, mama.
Which, by the way, thank you for introducing the movie The Dreamers to me.
That's
because
right.
the entire movie, I was like, wow, that evil chick's super hot.
Yeah.
And then he was like, you know she has a movie where she's completely naked, right?
The whole movie. You better watch it.
Jackie Earle Haley.
Who was actually Rorschach in Watchmen.
Johnny Lee Miller.
I don't know who that is.
He was the dude from Hackers. Bella Heathcote, who was, okay, she was kind of a placeholder. They really didn't feature her, even though she was like the main love interest.
Right, but I thought she was really interchangeable. Like, you could have put anybody in that role, really.
Yeah, any girl that looks sweet. Unlike Chloe Moretz, who has kind of an Ellen Page thing, because like she plays 16 years old, and you're like, oh, but she's like 23, so it's okay to lust for her. No, she was born in 1997, and I know Tim Burton movies are supposed to be weird, but that was literally the only thing that was weird, was sexualizing a 16-year-old girl in a movie.
Right. Tim Burton, why are you doing this to me, man?
We'd like you to have a seat over here. And there are other people, but then I would like to slow clap Alice Cooper for being in this movie.
Nice job.
I was very surprised.
I know, I was like, how the hell are they going to fit Alice Cooper into this movie? And they did.
I think my whole thing with saying that it's like a Tim Burton movie, but without the heart, is when you think back to like Edward Scissorhands, which was a fantastic movie. I mean, like all great sci-fi, fantasy, whatever world you live in, it's all about the relationships and the heart. Edward Scissorhands was a love story, a tragedy, and it was a comedy as well, but you felt for all the characters. And in this, while the characters were kind of fleshed out, they were kind of just skeletons of really deep characters that it almost felt like 30 minutes of the movie had been cut. And then all of a sudden, right at the end, it's like, all these things! And you feel like you should be caring more than you actually are because you didn't get the time that requires.
Right, it's just kind of like a quirky family that you're
Right.
kind of like, but I don't really care if anybody dies, really, because I didn't really care much about the characters to begin with.
Yeah, there's no attachment.
There's no attachment. My thing is, like, I'm an old school Burton fan. Like, I love Pee-wee and Beetlejuice and Edward Scissorhands. Like, but I just think that I don't know, if they're trying to reintroduce this Dark Shadows thing to the world with kind of like a modern take on it, I didn't really feel it. I didn't vibe with
the 70s feel. That was
no,
kind of cool.
that
Yeah.
I dug because the music was really awesome. They were
Yeah.
like trying to keep with the style of the 70s, and
Right.
like the clothing was cool, but you can't disguise a turd with cool 70s clothing.
Or can you? Challenge!
Let's
no,
see that.
don't do that. And from there, let's go to a segment we call Love It
Or hate it. I blew up your heart.
It's a segment where we talk about what we loved most and hated most about the movie. My love it was Johnny Depp and the acting in general, because even though I'm kind of blasé about this movie, it's not because of the acting. The acting in this movie is fantastic, it's just the storytelling really isn't there.
And I just loved Ava Green's boobs.
Rightfully so. My hated it was Miller's acting. I thought it kind of sucked, and the fact that I knew what the very end of the movie was going to be after about 15 minutes. It's not foreshadowing when you're getting hit over the face with it with like a shovel.
And my hate it is basically the fact that it's yet again another Tim Burton movie that is a stinker, that wasn't very good, and that bums me out because I want Burton to get better, damn it. What are you doing, man? So, I don't know, we do different systems for rating here, and I do Ewok hugs. So, I would say out of 5 Ewok hugs, I would give it 1.
Mine is either full price, matinee, rental. I would say it's between a matinee / sneak in / rental.
And I think we should we should have a category rating called Pirate Bay.
Oh no!
Oh, get it up, Pirate Bay.
But guys, that's really it for this week's review. I think next week we're talking about Battleship. But if you would like to be a part of the show, possibly make the Wall of Awesome, take a picture of yourself repping SourceFed in some way. Most people do it with cell phone, shirts, posters. Photoshop us into a movie poster, and we might put it up. I'm liking this one. You can't see it, I don't think, but it's Philly 3, based off of one of my favorite movies, Rocky.
And it's your head on Sylvester Stallone, so that's...
No, that's actually my body. We did the whole thing. We got boxing gloves. That's not true.
All right, guys, and that's it for the first episode of the new Movie Thing show. I had a great time.
It was fantastic touching your face off camera. But guys, that is it. I do hope you enjoyed it. Tomorrow we're having another movie type thing, but it involves the Human Centipede 2, which I kind of regret that movie. And then Sunday,
I might be having a rap battle with George Watsky on 1-on-1, and that's like a first for SourceFed, I think.
I wouldn't call it a battle, but my name is Philip DeFranco.
And I'm Steve Zaragos, and I will battle you, Phil.
My name is Phil, and I'm out now. What?